A good weekend for a lot of couples involves visiting the local home store, followed by a Sunday brunch. For Syd Macky, a good weekend is racing bikes through some of the most beautiful and challenging terrain on Earth. We're going to follow them on an adventure of a lifetime as they tackle the legendary BC Bike Race. This is Justin Baylog, reporting live from BC Bike Race.
Look at this fog, this mist. Send it!
We've been hearing about BC Bike Race for years, and since we were focused on racing enduro for the last 5 years, it didn't make sense. That wasn't what we were training for. This year, we decided to switch things up a little bit, try some of these races that we'd heard about that we wanted to do, that we didn't really know anything about except what we'd heard. We wanted to experience them for ourselves. So BC Bike Race was on that list of races to do. So we signed up for it, and as we were figuring that out, we were like, okay, well, there is a co-ed duo category. So one man, one woman race together as a team. We were like, that could be a really fun format. That means we can, hang out with each other, we can spend time together while also racing and pushing ourselves. And it was a really fun experience.
I am a mountain biker. I eat pain for breakfast. My grip is unto death, and gravity is my bitch. Throughout the daily grind, as the clock grunts and sputters in its creeping lethargy, my mind races ahead to the trail. That's where the roots and rocks wait to rattle and shake my bones back to life, to stir my blood and lungs. I am a mountain biker. Cables and sinews merge with blood and aluminum. My pounding heart is the relentless groove that spills across the blur of greenery. My wheels on the trail, a foot on each pedal, mind in the middle, surfing through the centrifugal force, turning the wheel that turns the tide. He is a mountain biker. Behold his panther physique. The rippling, bulging muscles propel his silhouette across the horizon, through the mossy trees, over the stumps and jagged rocks, careening past streams, cliffs, beasts, and shadows. The gravel flies behind his wheels, bones chatters, muscles burn, mud splatters, wheels turn. She is a mountain biker. Her eyes shine with an earthly fire, eyes bright with electrolytes. The horizon crashes beneath her shocks. Pursed like a falcon, she swoops and dives through splendor. We are mountain bikers. Give yourselves a mighty roar.
And it really does work for us. We ride together all the time, so taking it into a race setting is not that different. In some ways, it's actually better because I think we both have raced a lot. So when we get into that race mode, we really kind of are at our best.
Oh yeah. So Syd sets the pace, but then if there's some place that drafting would help, then I get in front and she basically is like, go a little bit faster, nope, go a little bit slower, go a little bit faster, and we work it out that way. So Syd is the pace setter. In general, I will lead the descents because I can basically figure out, if I get to something and there's options, I can usually decide which option makes more sense. So then Syd doesn't have to pause at the top and make the decision. Watch the roots. Yeah. Duck. I know, really.
Pretty much trust him more than I trust my own line choice. So I can kind of like check out, or not check out on the descents, but like just focus, not like be making decisions and just handle like whatever's coming up.
Downshift.
So I have followed him on pretty much every descent this week, and I think he took one bad line. I mean, we had a really good time racing together. I think it might not be for every couple, but obviously we spend a lot of time together. We live in a van, so racing together for 7 days, not a huge departure from the norm, and I think it really does strengthen your relationship. Like, I really appreciate that Macky was willing to race with me for 7 days, and I never felt like he was antsy to go his pace. He was always just like, what do you need? And I really appreciate that. And yeah, I think it made us a stronger couple, and we had a lot of fun too.
For a lot of mountain bikers, BC is what they think of as like the ultimate mountain biking destination. And I think there are a couple of reasons for that. One is the scenery is spectacular. If you look around right now where we are here in Squamish, like huge mountains, everything is super green and lush, had a little bit of rain just to make the trails nice and slippery and muddy and fun. But the weather has just been spectacular. And I think that's what gives BC this feel of like the ultimate mountain bike destination.
I'm Jay Latif, Bike Patrol.
My name's Kevin Calhoun. I'm a bike patrol this year at the 2019 BC Bike Race.
My name's Adele. I'm with the medical team. I work as a paramedic.
So we're doing some forward patrol work here today, making sure all the flagging's in place and make sure everyone gets through where they need to be.
BC Bike Race is all about showing everyone that comes here just how amazing the trail network is and how great the communities are that we visit.
Favorite part about the race is the community, the family that is BC Bike Race. This is my 5th year here, and many have been here for 10 or even the whole 13 years. So it's a family here at BCBR.
Pretty much every descent that we did this week was just like a new favorite trail. So we rode through some forests this week that were just so magical and like something straight out of a fairy tale. And there were a few spots where there were just like people in costumes.
Soy un payaso de barrio que no tiene horario.
One of the most impressive things to me with BC Bike Race was the logistics, the crazy, crazy logistics that they figured out to make this race possible. Of the 7 days of racing, I believe 5 of them we took some kind of transport to get to the trail. Now, it might have been the day before, it might have been the morning of. We took a number of ferries. We got to take a float plane one day, which was like totally bucket list material, guys. So exciting. We have some pretty exciting news. We get to go on a float plane
To get to the start line of this race, so that's crazy.
Really exciting.
Yeah.
If you are new to the channel,
I'm Syd.
and I am Macky.
What's a great story? What have you seen up here?
Pods of whales doing the migration last summer there, are all moving down the straits not too far from here. So about 40 whales all making their way down south. It's pretty cool to see.
What's it like landing on water?
I think it's nicer than land. I think so. A lot more fun anyway.
It just blows my mind that BC Bike Race can get 600 people, can get them from point A to point B after they've raced their bike for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours and are exhausted, get their bikes cleaned, get the bikes to the new location, and then get all these people there, all while keeping people happy. Like, you know, everybody seemed pretty relaxed about it. It was just, to me, it seemed like a logistical nightmare, and they pulled it off so well.
I watched them on YouTube, big fan. Go Syd Macky, go Syd Macky, go! And these are my trails, so I'm so excited to welcome them here. Woo! Why do I like Syd Macky? Because my husband and I used to be road racers when we were about their age, and we would travel around, and so I just think what they're doing is amazing. So amazing. They're inspiration to young riders. Awesome. Just love it.
It's also just a really neat experience for us. Our YouTube channel has grown a lot since the last time we did a race like this, and it was amazing to just be out there on the trail and have people come by and be like, I watch your videos, like they inspire me to come out here and do this. And like, that's a really crazy feeling to be like, we're actually reaching people with these videos that we're doing, and then to get to actually meet those people and talk to them and become friends with them in real life and not just on the internet is just a super cool experience.
Hey team, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here,
I'm Syd.
And I am Macky.
And today is day 0 of BC Bike Race.
Morning team, welcome back to our channel and day 1.
It might have gone too hard considering it's day 1 of 7. Nobody knows where it is.
It was muddy today. Today is day 2.
It's day 3.
We're just hanging out here on the beach. That's Syd, she's still kind of asleep. Bagpipes, cheering, cowbell. I just think it's funny how quickly your body adapts. And today is day 4, day 5 of BC Bike Race. It's day 6 of BC Bike Race. This is the second to the last day, and we're getting pretty tired. Syd went really hard. See, she went really hard. Now she's really tired.
Activations, well, it's a way for us to engage our communities that we're in, and they all want to come out and cheer, so what better way than to get into costumes and get a whole bunch of people together and do that. This is Aloha, so we're in Powell River, and this group has been coming out, man, I'd say like 10 years, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It started with like 3 people, and now there's like 15, 20 people down there, all in grass skirts and coconut bras, and really fun, and cowbell for hours. Like, it's more cowbell. They love it. Yeah, good one, eh?
One of the most impressive things to me are the people who are finishing towards the back of the pack, because I know they're working just as hard as I am. It just takes them twice as long to finish. And like, when I imagine racing that hard for twice as long, it just blows my mind. Like, one guy, Richard, who he came up and introduced himself at the beginning of the week and apparently watches our YouTube videos. He was out there for a long time.
Who's this last guy coming in?
Richard.
How long has he been out here?
7 hours and 15 minutes.
Congrats to Richard, right?
Oh yeah.
Congrats to Richard.
Yeah. It's always very impressive, and
yeah.
You frequently get pros that are 2 hours. These guys are out there 4 times.
Is this Richard? Yeah, Richard!
Downhill.
Thank you.
Good man.
So how do you know Syd Macky?
Literally just off YouTube. Arrived at reception and you were there with Brian and Paul, and wanted to say hello and say thank you for the movies that they post up, because when I'm stuck at home it's quite inspirational.
And moving right along to the team of 2 open mixed category, in 3rd place with a time of 22 hours, 26 minutes and 35 seconds, racing for team Syd and Macky. That's Syd, Schultz, and Macky Franklin. So I'm here on the line with Syd and Macky. You guys have had a fantastic week. Sort of jumping in and off on the podium and everything. It's been great having you with us. Tell me, how do you feel here on the finish line?
Relieved, but really, really stoked.
How you doing over there?
I'm great. I'm gonna be better in like 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of a recovery period. Is there something that really stood out about the week that just seems to really bring home with you?
I just really enjoyed all the people we met here, and just, you know, getting to talk to people while you're racing, after you're racing, getting to know people, and you start like swapping stories, and they tell you about their race, you tell them about yours, and it's just the community here. It's really amazing.
Yeah, that is certainly a big part of the event. Is there something for you that really stood out for you?
The trails are insane. They're so good, all the descents. I think we'd do a lot more XC racing if it was all like this. Probably.
Yeah, we've had a few people say that. Well, I just wanted to go and say congratulations to you guys. Well done. You just finished the 2019 BC Bike Race.
Thank you very much.
There you go, Team Syd and Macky. Great to have them with us. No doubt, John, a few other riders coming in across the line.